Hi, are you a teacher or an administrator looking to organize your car rider line? Well, I'm Shannon with Carline Hound, and I'm going to take the next few minutes to show you exactly how we can help eliminate your car rider headache. I'm going to guess that your school probably uses Google Sheets and walkie-talkies or bullhorns and cell phones and notepads in order to get car riders into their cars at the end of the day. Now look, I know that that can take a long time, and sometimes it can be a little bit chaotic. And the reason I know this is because I'm a dad, and I've watched this happen from inside of the car rider line. And I knew that there had to be a better way. So that's why I developed Carline Hound. And we literally only do one thing, and that is organize your car rider line to get kids into cars and get your car rider moving so that you guys as teachers and administrators can get on with your day. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is head to our website, www.carlinehound.com. Once you get there, you're going to see a bunch of information about the app, how it works, some help files, how to get a quote, what the pricing looks like. But if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see the three main download links. These download links are going to allow you to download it for your iPhone or iPad at the App Store, for basically every Android device from the Google Play Store. But then also you can use this app inside of a browser so that you can view the car rider line data on your smart board in your classrooms, or on a TV inside of a cafeteria or a gymnasium, or put it up on a projector. You can decide how you want to view the information, but it's available. This makes it available on essentially every device that has a web browser. So let's go ahead and start by downloading it from the App Store. I'm going to run it on an Apple device, but it doesn't matter which device you choose to use it on because they all look exactly the same. The app behaves exactly the same whether you're using it on Apple, Google, or in your browser. So let's start with an Apple device and let's open it up here. Okay, so here we are. We've downloaded the app to the device from the App Store, and it's time to log in for the first time. So everyone in your school needs to have their own account, and everyone is going to start here where it says New User Start Here. So go ahead and tap that big orange button in the middle. So now we're going to have to enter in some information. So my name is Shannon. You're going to need to put in an email address, and this email address needs to be an address that you can access because there's going to be a verification email that will be sent to this email address. So put something in there that you can get to. So then once you've entered in your information, we're going to click the Submit button, and it's going to bring up a little dialog that says that you need to go check your email for the validation link. Now, it's going to be coming from support@carlinehound.com. If you don't see it in your inbox, check your junk mail, check your spam folder. Sometimes it gets stuck in there. So I'm going to go to my email. I'm going to go click that link, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We've clicked the link in the verification email, and we've come back to the app to sign in for the first time. So we're going to put our email address and password into the appropriate fields and click the big sign in button. Once you click that, it's going to go to the page where you have to, you're asked if you want to create a school or if you want to join a school. So if this is your first time opening up Carline Hound, you're probably going to be creating a school. But if you've been asked to come download Carline Hound to join, then you'll probably want to join an existing school. So we're going to create a school right now so that I can walk you through this process. So here we're just going to enter in a little bit of school information. So we're just going to call this Shannon's School. And this number of positions is how many places do you have in front of your school to actually put children into cars. So usually it's somewhere between like 6 to 10. Some schools have larger ones up to 16, but I'm just going to choose 8. That's a nice number. What kind of school is it? This is an elementary school, and we are a public school. So then we're going to create the new school. Carline Hound's going to do some stuff in the background, and it says we have successfully created Shannon's School. Now, if you are a teacher that has been asked to download the Carline Hound app because your school is going to use it for dismissal, you're going to create an account. You will click the New User Start here, enter your information, click the Sign Up button, and it's going to send you an email verification link. You're going to need to click that link. Once you do, you're going to come back to this screen and you're going to enter in your email address and your password. And you're going to click the sign in, you're going to press the sign in button there in the middle of the screen. So once you do, it's going to ask you, would you like to create a new school or join an existing school? You're going to want to join an existing school. And at this point, you're going to use this drop-down list to search for your school. So we are going to join Shannon's school. So here it is right here in the list. We'll join Shannon's school, and we're going to send request to join. Okay, at this point, a join request has been sent, and one of the admins at your school is going to need to approve the join request. At this point, you have nothing else to do until they approve it, so we click continue, and it sends us back to the login screen. This main page shows the three main functions of the app: the line walker, the line marshal, and the large display. So I'm going to talk about the three jobs one by one. We're going to start with the line walker. So the line walker is the person that is actually walking down the line over here. It's going to ask me if I want to use some sample data. The app ships with sample data, so you don't have to upload your own right away. So I'm going to say yes, I want to use the sample data. It's going to upload the data, process it. This takes a few minutes, but I'll tell you about the walker while this is completing. So the walker is the person that's actually walking down the line, punching in numbers that they see from either hang tags or cards that are displayed inside the windows of the cars that are in line to pick up children. So once you've got this page open, the walker will then can start entering in numbers. So I'm just going to punch in a bunch of numbers here so that we can get some data entered into the app. So I'm going to punch in a few numbers here, and then I'll be back with you. So here I've started entering in some numbers into the walker view. So I'll just enter a couple more here. So in order to account for carpools, what you can do is the walker can enter in multiple car rider tags into the same spot. So if you hit the plus button, then you can add more than one car rider tag into the same spot. This will let you have that way multiple families can be coming in the same in the same car. So once we've entered in a couple numbers here, let's leave the walker page. We'll go to the main menu. We're going to go to the marshal view. So now we're on the marshal view, and the marshal is the next main participant in the dismissal process. This is the person that is standing at the door releasing children to the car rider pickup locations. So they're organizing the kids into the line. They're maybe telling the kids what position they're going to be going to, but they're the ones that are the final person that's releasing children out the door. So once a dismissal group is organized and ready to be dismissed, the marshal is going to say, okay kids, head to the the car rider positions, and they're going to press this dismiss button at the bottom of the page. Once they press that dismiss button, then the next group of car riders the next dismissal group is going to be shown on the page, and this view is going to be updated for everybody that's watching the app. So this page has a few features. The first is you can press the little I button at the bottom right of the screen, and that's going to bring up the next two groups that are going to be dismissed. So that way you can kind of look ahead if you want to. Now if you want to permanently see the next all three of the next group, the magnifying glass icon is going to bring up a menu where you can adjust the text size, make it smaller or bigger. And you can select two-column view, where it's now going to show all the group that you're dismissing now, plus the next group that's on deck, and then the group that's even after that. So that again is by clicking the icon that has the magnifying glass. The next button that you can press on this on the Marshal view is up at the top right, and it's got the two boxes with an arrow. This button is going to let you reorganize the list if you'd like to. So if a car has either cut in line or if a car left the line, you can remove them from the line or add cars into the line. So let's say Longoria left the line. They decided, I don't want to pick up my kids today. You're going to keep them. So we're going to take them out of the line. You can say, are you sure that you want to remove them from the line? Yes, I'm sure. And now it's going to reorganize. It's going to update the rest of the list. And everyone, this is going to reflect on everyone's view. Now, if we want to go in and say someone, oh shoot, I didn't mean to delete Longoria. So we can take and add a rider. So Longoria was number 41. So if we put number 41 into this spot, then it's going to insert rider number 41 above the position that we had just selected. So it takes a second to, so there now we can see back in position 6 is Longoria. They're back in line. They are indeed going to pick up their children today, thankfully. So we can close out this window by clicking done, and that wraps up the Marshal list. Okay, now we're going to look at the large display view, which I have switched to the browser mode because I feel like the browser mode gives a better view for the large display view, since you probably will be looking at this from a TV or a projector or a smart board. So it's going to have a widescreen sort of format, and the browser is just much better suited for that. So we're going to look at the large display view from inside the browser. So we'll go to the menu and select the large display. And here we can see our dismissal. Again, it's shown as one column, but if we want to make it two columns, we just go to the magnifying glass icon and select two columns. And we can also increase the font size a little bit. That way it's easier to see from up on the big screen. So now here we are, we've got the large display view. This is going to be updated as the Marshal dismisses. You're going to see the updates on this view. So I have the Marshal running in another window. You can't see it because the large display person probably wouldn't be able to see the Marshal, but I'm going to press the dismiss button in the Marshal view and you'll see the large display automatically update. So once you press that, everything advances one group, and now the next group is shown in the large display. If you want to advance your large display, so you don't really care, the large display really doesn't care about the group that's getting dismissed right now, you can actually press the arrow buttons at the bottom of the screen, and that's going to show the dismissal groups that are ahead of now. So here we can see the on deck. I'm going to back up the Marshal a little bit so we have some stuff to display here. So now we can see the on deck, which is the next group that's going to be walking out the door. We can also see the ready group, and we can now see a ready +1. So you can advance the large display as many places as you want. It's just going to be ready +1, +2, +3, and so on. So I'm going to put it back to now, on deck, and ready. So these are the, now is the group that's walking out the door. On deck is the group that should be getting ready, putting their back, moving towards the dismissal area, and then ready are the ones that should be getting ready, getting their backpacks on, getting ready to move to the dismissal area. So that's the large display view. Okay, the next display I want to show you is the classroom view. So if your school dismisses directly from the classroom, or if your teachers want to follow along, they can access the classroom view. And this view is going to filter the car rider list by only that filter. So I'm going to show Ms. Horton's class here, and you can see that Ms. Horton, she has the family Green, Ortiz, and Zurek are in, the cars are in line, and you can also see that Green and Ortiz are actually in the on deck group. That's what the OND stands for. If you were to see, if they were in the now group or the ready group, you would see NOW or RDY in that field. So once Ms. Horton has sent kids out of her classroom, she can click on their name and it's going to put a little green check mark next to them. Now, this does not dismiss the child from school. All this is just a visual indicator for the teacher that they have sent that child out of their classroom and sent them on their way towards the dismissal location. Now, when the marshal dismisses that group, and I'm going to press the dismiss button in a different view that you can't see, but you're going to see that once the marshal has dismissed them, then they're going to have a strike through them, and that means that child has left the school campus, they are in a car, and they're on their way home. So this is just the view that the teachers can use in their classrooms to let them know when they need to send a child to the dismissal location if you guys are dismissing directly from the classroom. The next view I want to show you is the settings page. So this is the page where you are going to access all of the settings regarding your school. So this is where you will be able to request an invoice or request a quote, pay your invoice, pay your quote, pay your invoice. You'll also be able to upload your rider file in this location. You'll be able to change the number of positions. These are the number of locations where children can enter cars. You can approve or unapprove or delete users from your account. You can look at the line history, so you can see how many dismissals you've had in the past, how long it took. That way you can see your progress on speeding up your dismissal. But right now I'm going to talk about the upload utility. So here I'm going to show you the spreadsheet that needs to be uploaded to Carline Hound. It's an XLSX format spreadsheet, which can be output from all major spreadsheet software, including Google Sheets, obviously Microsoft Excel, or all major spreadsheet software. You just need to make sure that when it's output, that it is output in the file format XLSX. That's what Carline Hound is expecting, and if it doesn't see that format, then it's going to give you an error. So in the spreadsheet, there's three main columns here. There's the number column, which holds all of the rider tag numbers. There's the name column, which holds all of the rider tag names, and then the teacher column, which is going to have all of the teachers associated with that family name. So these three column headers are required to be in the file. You must have the number, the name, and the teacher shown on the first row. This is how Carline Hound is going to distinguish what information is in each of the columns. So we'll go through the columns one by one. In the number column, this obviously is the number that you assign to the family. You're going to hand this out to them as a rider tag or maybe a card that you're displaying in the front of the car. However you want to display this number so that the walker can see it. But this is the number that the walker is going to be entering into the walker view. So it's important that there are no duplicates in this list. So if you can't have more than one of the same number in the number list. So if we move to, I'm going to talk about that just in a second. So in the name column is where you're going to have the name for the family. You can do it in multiple formats. You can have just their last name like this. You can have the last name plus the child's name if you like. You can have the grade level of the child in the family plus the family name. If you have more than one child in the family, you can have multiple grade levels shown. The choice is yours. However you want, whatever you want to put into this field is up to you. You have the limit of 256 characters, so that should be plenty of space to get whatever you need in here. This name is going to scroll across the screen, so you can see long text strings in here if you want to. But as I said before, it's important that you not have duplicate numbers. Some schools attempt to set up their writer file like this. If you look where you have two numbers with Adams Sue, which is one child, and Adams Kevin, which is another child, and they both have the same writer tag file, writer tag number. You can't do that. You can only have one writer tag number. So what you would do in this case is only have one and show both children on the same tag number. Okay. Again, you cannot have duplicate tag numbers in the file. If you do, it's going to say Carline Hound's going to tell you, I'm sorry, I found duplicates. You need to fix that before you proceed, because it just wouldn't know which of the two number 8 writer tags to display whenever it was time to display the number 8 writer tag. So in the teacher column, if you don't use the teacher function, you don't need to have anything in here. It can be totally blank, just like this. But if you do use the classroom view, if you do use the classroom view, then you need to have the teachers which are associated with each of these families. So in Green's case, they have a child in Miss Horton's class, they have a child in Mr. Simon's class, they have a child in Miss Bass's class, and they have a child in Miss Lynn's class. Okay. In the case of let's see, Dahmer, okay, we have a child in Miss Simon's class and a Mr. Simon's class and a child in Miss Horton's class. Okay. Now again, if you don't use the classroom view, all of these can be totally blank, but you do still need to have that teacher header at the top. That way Carline Hound knows that the teachers are blank. I don't need to import anything. Okay. You can have as many teachers as you want associated with a family, so you can send these teachers all the way out, so you can keep going here. If you have more teachers, I don't know if this family has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, maybe they have 6 kids. Okay. We could go even further all the way out. Okay. So as many teachers as you need associated with that family, you can keep stringing them all the way out here. But if you don't use teachers, just don't use the classroom view, you can just leave it blank. All right. That is the spreadsheet. We're going to go back to the settings page, and I'm going to show you how to upload this spreadsheet in just one second. The upload utility is where we're going to bring in our Excel spreadsheet that has numbers, writer tag numbers, and family names and teacher names attached. So we will click the Upload New Writer File button. We're going to select the file from our hard drive. And here I have a spreadsheet that is the writer numbers and names. We're going to open this spreadsheet. And here it's going to look through your upload, the file that you're trying to upload, and it's going to ask you, is this, do you see the numbers here? It's just trying to make sure that the proper columns in the spreadsheet are being used. So if you don't see numbers here, you need to say no, but if you do see your writer numbers, then you say yes. Then it's going to ask if you see names here. And so here, if you do not see your writer names, select no, but if you do see your writer names, then select yes. And now if you're using the teachers function, if you have any teachers in your list, you should see your teacher names here. If you don't see your teacher names and you do expect to see them, say no. If you don't see teacher names, but you don't have any teacher names, or if you do see your teacher names and you did expect to see them here, then say yes. Now it's going to take a second. It's going to build the writer list. It's converting the Excel spreadsheet into your rider list. And now you get a chance to sort of see what is the information that's about to be uploaded. So you can kind of scroll down, make sure that that stuff looks okay. Some schools have very large rider lists. You wouldn't be able to check it all, but at least you can kind of make sure that the formatting is correct and stuff is in the correct columns. So once you're satisfied, click Upload, and you can choose to back up your current file if you'd like. It will download your current file, save it into an CSV file. Right now we're just going to say Upload New File. So now it's going to convert from Excel into the Carline Hound database, and it's going to upload. So this might take a minute depending on how fast your internet connection is. But here you see it's progressing and should be done here in just a few minutes. So the next thing that we're going to look at on this page is how we can view our rider list. So once we have the rider list uploaded, the very next item on the page is view or edit the list. So now we can go in and we can see this is what is uploaded currently. You can scroll around in here, and then on each of the rider tags entries, you can swipe to the right if you'd like to delete that rider tag, or you can swipe to the left and you can edit that tag. This will allow you to change the name, change the teachers, whatever you'd like. If you need to add, say, 1 or 2 rider tags, you can click the Add Tag button down here, and it says, would you like to use the next available number? You can say yes, or if you would like to specify what number exactly you'd like to enter, you can turn that off, but I'm just going to leave it. And here I'm going to put in test name, and I'm not going to give them a teacher, and we're just going to say save. Okay, and now if we sort by, we can say, if we sorted by numbers, we reverse sort now, we can see that test name is now a number in your rider tag list. So here you can download the list if you'd like, but if everything looks good, then we just say looks good, and it sends us back to the settings page. Now, if you'd like to see a sample file, what the format needs to look like, this is, you can just look at this. This is just a photo, an image, and it's going to show you what the format of the Excel spreadsheet needs to look like in order to upload correctly. So when you're done with that, we can just select away. So that's the rider tag, how to upload your rider tag file into Carline Hound. The next area of the settings page that I want to show you is the school user list. This is where you are going to approve users. You're going to make them admins if you'd like. You can delete users from this area. But as a user downloads Carline Hound, they're going to choose to join your school, and when they do, then it sends a join request. Well, once they send that join request, it's up to you to approve them. So you're going to have to come, as an admin, you're going to have to come to this page, and you're going to have to find the user that is requesting to join. And in this case, we had set up a second account that tried to join, and that user's name was Testing Tester, and we're going to say that they are approved to join our school. And now you decide if you want to also make them an admin. Admin, the only difference between an admin and a normal user is that the admin is allowed to see the settings page and normal users are not. So that's if you'd like to have additional admin, which I recommend, pick 2 or 3 trustworthy people and make them admin. That way you don't, if you're not there for some reason, they can help administer the app. If you don't want to make them admin, then just leave this unselected and then they're just a normal user. If down the road a teacher or an administrator or a volunteer helper, staff leaves the school, then you can click on their name and you can swipe to the right, and there is a delete button, and this will delete them from your school. and it says, are you sure that you want to remove that user from the school? If you say yes, then you can remove them. If not, cancel. Nothing happens. But that's how you would remove a user from your school. So that was a quick rundown of the Carline Hound app. Our goal was to make it simple so that you could get your car rider line moving again. If you got any other questions, feel free to contact us. All of our information is on the website. Until then, we hope to talk to you soon.